Hello everybody, this is Mini Bike Madness. Finally getting around to doing some maintenance on my CRF-70 that I have. I needed to change out my clutch plates and my manual clutch. They were getting a little bit worn, due for a new change of fiber plates and steel plates. But the main reason that I had to tear it down is I had to replace the bearings that were in the clutch pack. Actually, to be more specific, the clutch basket. The bearings that were in here, as you can see right here, the way these were, as long as I let them go, my clutch here, my clutch pack, or I keep saying clutch pack when it's a clutch basket, would rock back and forth almost like a 1/4 inch. So I knew there was something totally wrong with the bearings and had to get those replaced. So didn't ride it for a bit because I didn't want to do any damage to it, but finally getting around to doing it. Took off my clutch cover and removed my lines for my oil cooler and got in here and cleaned up the gasket surface and got my clutch cover actually cleaned up to do that. And I'm just waiting now. I've got a cover over it, but soaking my fiber clutch plates for an hour before I install them. But wow, man, these little bearings, these replacement bearings for Takagawa Racing, or from Takagawa Racing, boy, they were pretty pricey for how small they are. Let's see if I can give you an idea for scale. Roughly an adult thumb, I guess. But as you can see, they don't have a very big ball between the races, which I didn't really like. I would have rather had this shaft that's here, the transmission output shaft, be like 3mm smaller, because the grade of this fucking steel is amazingly strong and you would never break it. Just so these bearings that sat in here would have been bigger, or even better, they wouldn't even need to do that if they just would actually cut out a bigger bore to the clutch basket housing to be able to accept the larger bearing. One crevice I didn't really like about this. Otherwise, this full Takagawa Racing engine that I built, boy man, it is freaking nasty. I couldn't complain about the power on it for only the size it is. I was very pleased with the overall package, but I did not like that about it. And I don't have the tool to do it because these CRF-70 forks are 27mm diameter, and I can't find a fork seal driver to buy myself to be able to put new seals in the dust seals in here to redo my forks, because I'm going to also put 30 weight oil into the forks to try to slow down the dampening a little bit. The balance is just a tick off, being that I got this 5.0 Racing swing arm, which is +3 extension, and then underneath that shock wear I got a iShock, and man, it has amazing frickin' dampening, but it's a lot stiffer than what my front forks are. And the stiffest fork springs I actually found were the BBR Racing Motorsports fork springs, and they just don't match the spring rate to the back of the bike that well. Like I said, it's probably off about a good 12%, and I figure if I slow down the dampening a little bit more to match how much better that shock, or the rear shock, performs compared to the front forks, should help balance out the bike a little more. Not that the ride height isn't balanced, I just mean that the stiffness in the suspension and how it reacts. But yeah, getting around to doing that finally. Oh boy, it's frickin' hot today here in Collins, New York. It's 90, I think it was 96 just a little bit ago when I looked. Luckily there's a little bit of shade going on right now. Don't have a full sun blasting down on me. It'll make me sweat my ass off. But I'm getting her done. And boy, she needs a clean up. She's been sitting for a while. Look at how dusty and dirty poor girl is. She's starting to get rust on her. But get my clutch back together. New oil, put my oil cooler back on. Gotta tear off my rear tire, tear off the stator cover, and put on a new front sprocket. I'm gonna put new chain and sprockets on it, so that's all good to go. And definitely could use some new tires too. The Southwick's starting to get a little bit beat. It'd be nice to have that fresh edge again, just to grab when I flirt and it fucking just wheelies uncontrollably. Now, front tire is not bad, and I love these front tires, man. I've never found a better tire that grabs than these, man. Pirelli, let's see, where is it? It's a MT32A. The way these are designed, how big of a split there is, and the knobbies, man. Oh, these things work so well to get you out of ruts. Anybody that knows and has ridden dirt bikes know that you can't always choose the perfect line that you want, the way just the nature of the beast. Well, this tire that I've tried, man, has been the best fucking tire I've ever used on a little bike. And the smaller the wheel is, the less likely, or not less likely, but the wheel won't roll in and out of stuff as nearly as easy as a larger tire and rim will. But man, these have worked very, very well on these the front 14-inch rim, and I highly recommend this front tire on any mid-size pit bike, like a KLX 110s, the DRZ 110, the new version of what Honda came out with these, the CRF 110s. Anything that uses the 14-inch, man, I recommend these, and a Dunlop tire that's very close to these with the split knob design. You want almost a finger distance between it. So when these were brand new, and I turned my handlebars back and forth, or whoever twisted them, it just chewed up the grass bad. And I never had any kind of dirt bike tire grab like that. And they worked really well in a lot of different types of terrains too. I'm very happy with them. But alright, that's going to be the end of the video. I'm starting to sweat and I got to get back to work. So this is Mini Bike Madness signing off, and I will see you later.